Junie Jones and Some Sneaky Peeky Spying by Barbara Park. Chapter 1. Sneaky Peeky Spying. My name is Junie Jones. The B stands for Beatrice. Except I don't like Beatrice. I just like B, and that's all. I go to kindergarten. Kindergarten is what comes before first grade. Except for, I don't know why it's called that silly world of kindergarten. 'Cause it should be a 0 grade, I think. My teacher has a name of Mrs. She has another name too, but I just like Mrs. and that's all. Mrs. has short brown hair and a long shirt of wool, and she smiles a real lot. Except for sometimes when I'm noisy, she claps her loud hands at me. It used to scare me very much. Only then I got used to it, and now I didn't even pay any attention. I wish Mrs. lived next door to me. Then me and her would be neighbors and bestest friends. And also, I could spy on her. Spying is when you be very quiet and you look at people through the peeky holes or the crack or something. I'm a very good spyer. That's because I have sneaky feet and my nose didn't whistle when I breathed. Last Friday morning at Grandpa Miller's house, I hid it in the dirty clothes hamper. Then my grandpa came in the bathroom and I lifted up the lid a tiny bit, and I peeked my eyes at him. And guess what? Grandpa Miller took his whole teeth right out of his head. That's what. I popped right out of hampers. Hey, Grandpa, how did you do that crazy thing? I hollered. Then my grandpa screamed very loud, and he ran out of the bathroom speedy quick. Grandpa Miller has high blood pressure, I think. Pretty soon, Mother hurried into the bathroom with angry feet. That's it, she yelled. No more spying. This is the last time I'm telling you. Do you hear me, Missy? Do you? Yes, I says, 'cause you're hollering right in my ear. That's why. Then Mother took me home. Except for she kept on staying mad at me. Find something quiet to do, she said, kind of growly. Your baby brother has to take his morning nap. So then I thought about what to do. And a very great idea popped into my head. First, I took off my loud shoes and I tippy-toes into baby's early room in just my sock feet, and I speed on him through the bars in his crib. 'Cause what could be quieter than sneaky peeky spying, of course? Only too bad for me, because that boring old baby just kept on sleeping and sleeping. And he wasn't being fun. So that's how come I accidentally blow on his face. And I tickled his nose with a ribbon. And I shouted, "Wake up!" in his ears. And guess what? All he opened his eyes, that's what. Then he started crying very loud, and Mother running into his room. Only she didn't even see me, 'cause I quick hid it into the closet. I smiled to just myself. I'm the best spider in the whole wide world, I said to my head. That's how come when I rode a bus to school that day, I did a little bit of bragging. I'm the best spider in the whole world, I said to my bestest friend named Grace. Then I took off my shoes and I showed her my sneaky stock feet. See, I said, see how quiet they are? You can hardly even hear those guys. After that, I breathed in and out of her. And see, my nose doesn't whistle either, I says. That Grace smiled. I'm a good at spying too, she says. I patted her. Yeah, only too bad, Grace. You can't be as good as me, 'cause I said it first. That Grace did a mad breath at me. This is called a huffy, I think. I heard your nose whistles, Grace, I told her. Just then, the bus got to the school, and me and that Grace raced each other to the playground. Except for she beat me. Only it didn't count, 'cause I wasn't really racing. Then we played horses with my other bestest friend named Lucille. Only pretty soon the bell rang, and we all ran to the room nice pretty quick. Mrs. was at the door waiting for us. Good afternoon, ladies, she says. Good afternoon, lady, I said back very polite. Then Mrs. smiled at me. That's because she is the nicest teacher I ever saw. And so I wish me and her were bestest friends. And guess what else? I wish I could hide in her hamper. Chapter 2. Questions. Me and my bestest friend Lucille sit at my same table together. My table is where I sit up straight and do my work and don't talk to my neighbor. Except I kept on forgetting that part. I wonder where Mrs. lives, I whispered to Lucille real quiet. Shh, said Lucille. We can't talk or else we will get in trouble. And anyway, you're not allowed to know where she lives 'cause it's a secret. Say who? I asked. Says my brother. That's who. And he's in 3rd grade. And he says teachers have to keep their house a secret, or else kids might go and throw rotten tomatoes. I did a huffy at her. Yeah, I don't want to throw a rotten tomato, Lucille explained. I just want to hide in her hamper, that's all. I don't care, she says. You're still not allowed, 'cause my brother says so, and he's no more than you, so there. I made her an angry face. So there is not a nice world, Lucille, I says. Then I made a fist at her, except for Mrs. saw me, and so I had to unfold it. After that, I behaved myself very good. I sat up real straight, and I did all my work. Work is when you use your brain and a pencil. Only sometimes I accidentally used the eraser too hard and a big hole rubbed in my paper. Hey, I did it beautifully today, I called out, 'cause guess what? No hole. That's what. Mrs. came to my table. She put the gold star on my work. You did do beautifully, Junie, she says. Maybe I'll hang this one on the wall for Grandparents' Day on Monday. Would you like that? Yes, I says. Only I keep on forgetting how those guys are coming to this place. Then Mrs. explained to me all about Grandparents' Day again. She said our grandparents are coming for a visit, and we get to show them room 9, and also we get to have freshmen together. Mrs. says freshmen are cookies and average. I raise my hands. Yeah, only I don't think I am allowed to have a kind of drink named average, 'cause I'm only allowed to have milk and juice, and that's all. Mrs. looked up at the ceiling with her eyes. Then I looked up there too, but I didn't see anything. How many of you think you can bring cookies on Monday? I asked Mrs. I can, I hollered very excited, 'cause my mother is the bestest cookie baker in the whole world, that's why. Except for one time she accidentally forgot they were in the oven and the freshman's fireman has to come to our home. Mrs. laughed. Only I don't know why, 'cause that was not a funny joke, not a funny story. After that, she gave me a note for Mother. It was something writing about baking cookies, I think. If your mother has any questions, please tell her to call me, said Mrs. Just then, I got a very great idea. Hey, I says, maybe mother came bring the cookie to your house, and so that I can see where you live. Mrs. grumbled my hair. You don't have to come to my house, Junie. Just bring the cookies to school on Monday morning. I smell very sweet. Yeah, only I still want to see where you live, I said. Then Mrs. turned around and she walked back to her desk. That's how comes I had to follow her. Do you have to have a rich kind of house or a regular kind of house? I asked her. 'Cause I just have a regular kind of house, except for Mother wants a rich kind. Only Daddy said lots of work. Lots of work. Mrs. pointed at my chairs. That means to sit down, I think. Yeah, only do you have a daddy that live at your house too? Or are there any pictures of him in your wallet? Let's look in there, okay? Do you have to have a secret compartment in it? 'Cause my Grandpa Miller has one of those things with $50 in it. Only don't tell Grandma. Mrs. took my hand. Then me and her walked back to my table. Yeah, only guess what I'm wondering now? I'm wondering what your bedtime is. 'Cause my bedtime is when the little hand is it at 7 and big hand is it at 6. Only I hate that damn stupid bedtime because I'm not even tired yet, of course. Mrs. put her finger up to her lip. That's enough, Junie, she says. I mean it. I want you settled down now. Then she went right back to the front of the room, and she didn't answer any of the questions. 'Cause guess why? Mrs. has a secret mystery. Mrs. is a secret mystery guy. That's why. Chapter 3. Secret Mystery Guy. Me and my best friend Lucille rode the bus home together. That's when I told her about Mrs. and her secret house. Mrs. is a secret mystery guy, I says, 'cause she wouldn't answer any of my questions, and so now I have curiosity about her. That Grace winkled her eyebrow. Me too, she says. Now I have curiosity about her too. I patted her again. Yeah, only too bad, Grace. But you can't have as much as me, 'cause I said it first, remember that? That Grace did another huffy at me. Whoops, your nose is still whistling, Grace, I says. A few minutes later, I got off the bus. I ran to my house like a speedy rocket. Grandma, Grandma, I shouted excited. It's me, it's Junie Jones. I'm home from school. Grandma Miller babysit me and Baby Ollie when Mother's at work. She was in the kitchen feeding Ollie's Springs peas. Guess what, Grandma? Guess what? My teacher is a secret mystery guy, and she won't tell me where she lives. Only I want to go to her house very bad. Grandma Miller shushed me. There's no need to shout, Junie, she says. I'm right here. Yeah, only I can't help it, Grandma, 'cause I have a curiosity about her. Grandma Miller did a little smile. Curiosity killed the cat, she says. Then my mouth went open. My eyes got very big too. What's cat, Grandma? Where did the curiosity kill it? When was it in the streets by my school? 'Cause I saw the squish cats in the streets by my school. Only Pearl Ellen Puffer said it got run over by an ice cream truck. Grandma Miller looked at me for a very long time. Then she went back to sing. Then she took an apron. Just then I heard a noise at the front door. And its name is Mother was home from work. Mother, I have a promise note from Mrs. 'cause you and me are going to bake delicious cookies. And when we can take them to her house and see where she lives. Mother read the note. The note says to take the cookies to school, Junie, not your teacher's house. Yeah, only I already know that, but my teacher's is a secret mystery guy, and she wouldn't tell me where she lived, and so you and me have to find it ourselves. Mrs. Euchre has no way to, she says. Yes way, I hollered. We have to, 'cause now I got curiosity in me, and I have to find where her house is, or else Grandma and Grandma said I'm gonna got run by an ice cream truck. Then Mother frowned at Grandma, and Grandma took another apron. Your teacher is not a secret guy, Junie, said Mother. She's just a regular person with a regular family, and there's no way that you and I are going to bother her at her house. I stomped my foot. Yes, we are too, 'cause I want to, that's why. After that, I got stranded in my room, 'cause of no shouting and no stomping my foot. Only I never even heard of that dumb rules before. I shut my door very angry. Then I put my head under my pillow, and I called Mother the name of the peewee hat. And guess what else? I said very quiet. Teacher are not a regular people, so there, ha ha. Chapter 4. Cookies, mix, and other stuff. The next day was Saturday. Saturday is the day me and my mother go to the grocery store. I have rules at that place, like no hurling the world. I want ice cream, and no calling Mother the name of the big menu when she won't buy it, and no eat the bag of marshmallows that don't belong to you, or else the store guy yank it away from you, and he says, eating is the same thing as stealing, young lady. Then he he take you to to mother, and she has to pay for a whole entire bag. Except for I don't know why, 'cause I only ate 3 of those stuffed guy, and that's all. The cart at the grocery store has seat in them. That's where babies sit. Only not me, 'cause big girls get to walk all by themselves. And guess what else? One time, mother let me push the whole big cart without any help. Except for then, some baked beanies got knocked off their shelf, and the grandma got her foot caught in my tire, and so now I have to wait till I'm bigger. My favorite aisle is where the cookies are. That's 'cause sometimes there's ladies at the tables there. And she gave me a mother's cookie symbols, and we don't even have to pay for them. Their name is Fleabies, I think. Only too bad for me, 'cause this time the lady wasn't there. Darn it, I said, very disappointed. No freebies ladies. Mother smiles. That's okay. When we got home, we're going to bake our own cookie for Grandparents' Day, remember? Wouldn't that be fun? She asked. I made my shoulder go up and down. That's 'cause I'm still mad at her for not talking to my teacher next door, of course. What kind of cookies mix do you want? Asked Mother. I did a frown at her. I don't even want to bake cookies anymore, I says, 'cause you still won't talk me where Mrs. lives. Mother grumbled my hair. Staying mad isn't going to change a thing, Junie, she says. Now, what do you want to pick out the cookie mix? Or shall I? Then Mother picked out some cookies mix, and she gave it to me, and I threw it in the cart very hard. Thank you, said Mother. You're not welcome, I says. After that, Mother took me outside of the stores, and me and her had a little talk. A little talk is when Mother is mad at me and says, who do I think I am, Missy? Exactly how long do I think she's going to put up with me? Then I have to say porgly at her. The porgly is a word. I'm sorry. Except for you don't actually have to mean it, because nobody can even tell the difficult. After the little talk, we went back to the stores. Shall we try again? Asked Mother. Then she gave me another box of cookie mix, and I put it in the car. Very nice. That's better, she said. Thank you. You're not welcome, I said inside my head. Then I smiled to just myself, 'cause Mother can't hear me in there. After that, me and her went around the corner, and I saw the most favorite thing in the whole world, and its name is water fountain. Hey, I need a drink, I said, very excited. Then I ran right over there, and I hopped up on the little steps. Need some help? Called Mother. No, I says, 'cause I'm almost 6 years old, that's why, and so I already know how to work this big guy. And here's another thing I know, I says. No putting your mouth on the water spout, or else germs will get inside you and you will die. I smiled very proud. Paul and Alan Puffer told me that, I explained. Then I bended my hands over the fountain, and I drank for a long time. Hurry up, Junie, said Mother. I need to get the strapping done. I wiped my mouth off with my arms. Yeah, only I can't hurry up or else I might be stomach aches and spilling up water. 'Cause the boy named Williams did that on the playground yesterday. Mother looked up at her watch. Okay, well, I'm going to write here in the cereal ashole. And soon as you finish drinking, come definitely back to me. Okie dokie, I said very happy. Then I turn around and drink and drink and drink. Only, except for that, I started feeling a little bit sickish, and so I had to sit down a little sip of rest of my water. That's when the big front door of the grocery store opened, and guess what? My eyes almost popped out of my head. That's what, 'cause I saw a big shark, and its name it was Mrs. My real life teacher named Mrs. was at the grocery store.